Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome to my channel Natural Biology. This is Shankar sir. So far we have completed the phylum of the animal kingdom Porifera and Cnidaria. So in this class we are going to discuss about phylum Ctenophora. Okay, chapter Animal Kingdom and the phylum Ctenophora. Okay, because of some disturbance there is a gap of 1 month. Okay, but your encouragement will motivate me to do more videos. So support my channel, subscribe the channel if you are listening for the first time. Okay, and your support gives the energy to do more and more videos. Okay, try to understand. Okay, hope you will understand. Thank you. Right, without late and anything, we'll start directly go to the topic. And these classes are very simple. All points of NCERT, even state level examination point of view also, points will be covered here. And also there are beautiful images if it is required. Okay, wherever it is required I will display the images, then you can understand very easily. Okay, right, let's talk about the phylum Ctenophora. The first word, the word derived from a Greek language. Okay, which language? Greek language. In Greek, T means comb. Okay, comb, and phero means to bear. Means they have comb-like plates called comb plates. Okay, so on the body surface, this is a which is called sea gooseberry. It is a sea gooseberry. Gooseberry, no, Indian amla. It is looking like a amla. If you see the amla also, there are lines are present on the fruit. Okay, in the same way, these organisms also have. These are the lines of comb plates. Ciliated comb plates are present. Hence they are called comb jellies. Okay. Whereas cnidarians are called jellyfish. Okay. Sea jellies, moon jellies. But these are called comb jellies. Remember. They are commonly called comb jellies, sea walnuts, sea gooseberries. As well, gooseberries we know that, and walnut also you know that it is a type of dry fruit. Okay, so it is looking like some of the organisms looking like walnuts, so they are called sea walnuts. Some of the organisms looking like amla, okay, gooseberry, hence they are called sea gooseberries, and also they are in jelly like, hence they are called comb jellies. Their common name is comb jellies, sea walnuts, sea gooseberries. Come to point 3. They are having a transparent body. Which type of body? Transparent body and gel-like, gelatinous body. Okay, gelatinous body. Unsegmented body. There is no segments in the body like earthworm. Okay, transparent body, gelatinous body, and unsegmented body. This important feature, because this feature we cannot see the members of animal kingdom. Unique characteristic feature, bioluminescence. Bio means living thing. Luminescence means emitting light. They produce light from their body. And you might have seen the fireflies, small insects, which we see in the summer mostly. Okay, fireflies, which can emit the light. Some of the insects which emit light from the body, fireflies. Okay, so in the same way, these organisms also produce light from their body. Such phenomenon is called bioluminescence. Okay, remember. And monomorphic throughout the life. Sir, what is mono? Mono means always, wherever the term we get, mono means single, morph means form, monomorphic. Whereas cnidarians have dimorphic, cylinder-like polyform and umbrella-like medusa form. Okay, polyform can be converted into medusa form can be converted into polyform. Okay, metagenesis, such phenomenon is called metagenesis. But in case of ctenophores, we cannot see the metagenesis, only single form, monogenetic form or monomorphic form throughout the life. Okay, right. Let's talk about some general characteristic features. Okay, first, habitat. If we remember these point wise, we can remember more number of points. Okay, that is why I have written point wise, and you cannot see anywhere this type of explanation. Means the point wise in all the phyla. If you see from Porifera, Cnidaria and Ctenophora, even upcoming lessons also, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, all are having headlines. Okay, first their general characteristic feature means where they live, habit, habitat, what is the level of organization, which type of symmetry present, coelom present, body wall, skeleton, thereafter digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, nervous system, reproductive system, finally development, and examples. If possible, classification also. Likewise, we can remember step by step easily. Okay, right. First, habitat. These are exclusively marine. Remember, okay. So far we have learned about porifera and cnidarians. There are freshwater poriferans, Spongilidae, Potamilipidae, freshwater sponges. Even come to hydra also, freshwater hydra also there. And these are exclusively marine, present only in the sea water, marine water. Important thing, you may frame a question, which among the following are exclusively marine? Okay, exclusively marine phyla, Porifera, Cnidaria, Echinodermata. Okay, likewise, even Echinodermata also exclusively marine. Later we will discuss in the Echinodermata. Okay, habits. These all are solitary means single and free swimming. Okay, not sessile, not attached to the hard surface like poriferans. They are freely movable. Okay, right. Levels of organization. They shows tissue level of organization. Body is made up of only tissues. Made up of cells. Cells together form tissues. Why together form tissues? Because nerve net is present. There is a coordination among the cells because of the development of nerve net. Okay, some neurons, a network of neurons. Hence, there is a coordination among the cells. Formation of tissues takes place here. So, phylum Cnidaria and Ctenophora shows tissue level of organization, and they are diploblastic. During the embryonic development, they develop two layers: outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. So, this type of having germ layers is called what? Diploblastic organisms. Two germ layers are present. Okay, right. Whereas porifera we cannot see the germ layers. Loose cell aggregate form is present. Even outer pinacoderm is present. Inner choanoderm is present. That is just a cellular layer. It is not a true germ layer. Okay, right. Symmetry. We can see radial symmetry and mostly biradial symmetry. This is important. C. anemones and ctenophore shows biradial symmetry. Okay, neat point, important. C. anemones and these ctenophores, almost all the ctenophores shows biradial. What is biradial symmetry then? Here, only two planes are possible. If we pass a imaginary line from the anterior posterior axis, oro-aboral axis, there are only two planes are possible. If many planes are possible, radial symmetry, one plane is possible, bilateral symmetry, two planes, radial only, more than one radial, only two biradial. So here we can see one plane in this direction one plane, and in this direction one plane, and there are no planes are possible. Hence they are called biradially symmetrical organisms. Okay, come to the body wall. Body is made up of outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. Between there are 8 longitudinal rows of transverse plates called comb plates. As in the beginning we have discussed that they are having 8 rows of transverse plate comb plates, ciliated comb plates. Which type of plates? Ciliated comb plates are present. This is the anterior view, and from the posterior also 4 plates are present. Overall 8 longitudinal comb plates are present. It is a characteristic feature of Cnidaria, Ctenophora. Okay, remember. And the lack of cnidoblast. Cnidoblast, nematocysts are present in Cnidaria, but those are absent in the Ctenophora. Okay, right. This helps in locomotion. These comb plates helps in locomotion. This important point have to remember. Come to colloblast. So instead of these, the cnidoblast, they are having a special type of cells, colloblast, lasso cells, glue cells. Okay, colloblast, lasso cells. They are also called as glue cells. Okay, where these are present? These are present on the tentacles. We can see these are the tentacles. Two tentacles are present. Okay, on these tentacles, these colloblasts are present. Here I written colloblasts, cells which are present on the tentacles. They are called colloblasts or lasso cells. They are sticky in nature. Helps to capture the prey. Okay, easily the prey will be captured to the tentacles or to the colloblasts. It is a way of collecting the food. Okay, capturing mode of what? Collecting the food. Okay. Body cavity. True body cavity is absent. True body cavity lined by germ layer, mesoderm. Okay, middle layer. But such type of body cavity is absent. But there is a cellular cavity which is called gastrovascular cavity. Cavity which helps in digestion and transportation of food. Even we can also find gastrovascular cavity in cnidarians. Ctenophores, cnidarians have gastrovascular cavity. Okay. And if we talk about its digestive system, pharynx is present, stomach, gastrovascular canal, and it ends with the aboral canal. Okay, that is two anal pores are present. Start with the mouth. This is the complete gastrovascular cavity. Or like, okay, it is looking like a digestive system, not complete system, not yet developed in the form of gastrovascular cavity, but having a opening of region for the ingestion of food, that is called mouth. Mouth lead to pharynx. Pharynx into this is the stomach region. Thereafter gastrovascular canal. Then finally two anal pores are present. This point is important. Two anal pores are present. Okay. Digestion, which type of digestion? We can find extracellular digestion, okay, and intracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion occurs in the gastrovascular cavity, okay. Respiration, intracellular digestion occurs inside the cell. Which cells are present in the body? That all the cells carry out digestion, okay. Respiration, excretion not yet developed by simple diffusion, okay, through the body surface. Simple diffusion takes place. Coordination, same like cnidarians, having a nerve net, okay, and sense organs are like statocyst cells. Statocysts are sense organs. Come to reproduction. See, poriferans, cnidarians can carry out asexual reproduction also, okay, but here only sexual reproduction is possible. Only sexual reproduction and external fertilization. Which type of fertilization? External fertilization. Fertilization occurs outside the body is called external fertilization. Indirect development. If it is an indirect development, direct means what? Giving direct young ones. Indirect means through larval stage. So larva, which larva? Name of the larva, Cydipid larva. What is the name of the larva? Cydipid larva. Have to remember, important point. Right, these are the general characteristic features. Now, classification of cnidaria. Okay, based on the presence or absence of tentacles, phylum Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora classified into, not cnidaria. Okay, because these are closely related. That is why sometimes we get the word cnidaria. Okay, right. You must be concentrated. Okay, phylum Ctenophora further classified into Tentaculata and Nuda. Nuda means like nude. Okay, without tentacles, nuda. Okay, only example Biro. This is also called as cigar comb jelly. Okay, cigar comb jelly, Biro example nuda. Tentaculata, having a pair of tentacles. Okay, example Pleurobrachia. This is the scientific name. Common name is sea gooseberry. And Tinoplana, comb jellies. Hormifora, also known as Nimiopsis, sea walnuts. Examples have to remember. Okay, right. Pleurobrachia, sea gooseberries. Okay, and Tinoplana, comb jellies, Nimiopsis, and sea walnuts. Okay, examples have to remember. Right, this is about the complete phylum Ctenophora. Okay, Ctenophora. Hope you understand. And after listening the class, whatever the bits related to this topic have to practice, thereby you will get good practice. So thank you for your patient listening and support my channel, subscribe the channel, share, inform to your friends. If you like the class, you can inform to your friends, thereby we can increase and we can reach to more number of students. So thank you very much.